Hello everyone and welcome back to Jester of Blades. Finally from my workshop area again. After doing some PC stuff for the last week or so and having 2 weeks of vacation in front of that, I'm finally back in my workshop, and I can tell you I'm so happy to be able to do some practical work again. In my hand here you might already be able to see what we're about to do today, and it's the Halberd pieces, or rather the aluminium pieces for the prototype Halberd that I'm about to build. If you follow my social media at all, you might already be quite familiar with this project, and if you're looking forward to it half as much as I do, then follow along and we'll do some CNC machining stuff, some belt grinding, just getting about finishing all the aluminium pieces today and having them sandblasted this week, and maybe then going into building the Halberd next week or the week after that.
Okay, so tool is touched off already. My stock is already glued down to the platter using Superglue machining. If you like some more details about that, I've made another video about that. I hope to have linked in the video description or in some sort of card. And now everything that remains to do is press play.
As I showed in the cam video before, first operation is boring out the screw holes. Second is an adaptive clearing operation for clearing out the pockets. And now you can see what I was referring to in the cam part. The tool is always engaged in a similar amount, making sure we have perfect chip evacuation and optimum load on the tool. And since this takes quite some time in real life, let me speed it up for you. Now we're going for the 2D contour cleanup, since the finish left by the adaptive clearing is not very nice. And now the insides have been cleaned up, we can do the ramp down around the outside and contour out our part. Slotting with the tool always means worse chip evacuation, and therefore my rule of thumb is that my depth of cut is only a quarter of the tool diameter, which is 1 millimeter in this case.
Okay, that's it for my 4mm end mill. Now for a quick tool change and do some chamfers to finish the part. Okay, so tool is changed for a 45-degree chamfer end mill, already touched off. So press play and let's machine some chamfers.
And as these chamfers are very wide, I'm spiraling down into the holes to avoid taking the whole material in one depth of cut. And even though I'm spiraling down, there are already audible vibrations in the machine, which fortunately don't leave any marks on the part. And it's the same around the pockets and around the outside of the part. I take those chamfers in 2 depth of cuts, leaving a nicer finish and not loading the machine as much. And now a small chamfer around the holes in the backside for finishing off.
And we're done.
Now I'm sorry for the noise in the background. My shopmate is doing some sawing stuff over in the other room. Next task is to get my workpiece off the platter again. And I found this to be quite hard on these. I don't know why it became so hard on these. It wasn't so hard on the dust sacks, as you might remember. But it's really hard to shove a knife blade under there. So I might need to think about getting another fixture. So this part's loose, but the rest of these still stays attached very firmly. Now we're going somewhere. Great thing is, that shows me this is never going to come loose during machining, but it's really hard to get off. So you might remember the tabs that I left. You might be able to see one down here, and I can just break the piece off using my hand without much effort. And there you have it. The finished piece needs some work, some deburring, and then this is ready for sandblasting. And there we are at the belt grinder, ready to deburr our parts. Big belt change to 240 grit, and as these will be sandblasted anyways, there is no need to give them a real nice finish on the belt sander. This will be covered up by sandblasting anyways. Alright, that's all I can do by belt sander. We'll need to drill out this hole. There is some remnant from machining still in there. And then we'll
deeper those pockets, and then this is really done and finished for sandblasting.
So there you have it. All the parts needed for the Halberd build, CNC machined and ready for sandblasting. I will now clean up the shop and then take a short trip across town to my sandblasting supplier. It'll take him probably 1 to 3 days, according to experience, to sandblast these. And then we are finally ready to assemble the Halberd. That's all for this video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to stay tuned on the Halberd project, then follow the Jester, of course. You know my social media. If not, I have linked them down below the video in the video description. And yeah, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed myself in the workshop today. And until next time on Jester of Blades.